again with another episode of Roofer Reflections. So we have Patrick here. So early days, what did you get into? What sort of jobs or things were your early thoughts?
Yeah, so I originally wanted to run hotels for a living. I think it became out of watching Ocean's 11 and George Clooney and these guys. When I got to school, I went to University of Florida. I said, well, I'm going to run hotels. And so I did my internship at Disney World. I was a concierge at Disney. And I quickly realized it was not where I wanted to be with Disney. From there, I went to work for Marriott for about 5 years doing various jobs. It was my first baptism by fire into sales. If you can, I was doing timeshare sales is what I was doing. It was a great lesson for me in how to sell to various people from across the country and the world. I wouldn't have traded it for anything. I went to go work for a company that sold security contracts. What this would mean is when you walk up to an HOA or you ride into an HOA and the person at the guard gate takes your ID and calls, those are contracts that HOAs and management companies purchase. And I went ahead and started selling those for a company. Eventually, I was doing collections, and that led me into the blue collar world. The company that I worked for dissolved, and another guy decided to start collecting for contractors. And he said, hey, Pat, you know what? Why don't you sell this product of collections? You do the sales for half the day, and I do the collections for the other half. And that introduced me to all kinds of contractors. You know, what the problems were. Why didn't they collect? Eventually, that company said, hey, listen, there's the same problem. Roofers can't collect insurance money. Why don't we fund the insurance claim, and then we will go after our own money? And that was a great idea, and I thought I'd retire on it. Unfortunately, behind the scenes, they didn't have the funding to be able to fund the claim. So they became no better than the insurance company. Once I figured that out, I quit. I had no idea what I was going to do. Once I quit, I went around to all the companies and told them why. One of them said, hey, listen, why don't you do what you did for me on social media? Little did they know I had never owned a camera, used a camera, edited a video at all. I started with a cell phone. And for almost 6 months, I ran a quote unquote media company from a cell phone. Got pretty handy with that, upgraded to a few cameras, and now we've got some great people here that make amazing videos for contractors. And that drives Blue Collar Media Group for me.
Part of what you do is you tell other contractors or other people's, or help them tell their stories. How's that experience been?
I got into doing this when I said I was going to start the Blue Collar Media Group of going out and creating content for contractors. The reason I wanted to do that was so many of these people, so many interactions that I've had have a beautiful story to tell. They don't know how to show people what they're doing right in their company. They don't feel comfortable being in front of the camera. And so what I thought we could do is fill the gap between entrepreneur right here and marketing company over here. And so what we started to do was go out there and create videos that told everyone what this company was about. It branded them. Who are the people? What is different about this company? What is their story and where they're from? Why should you choose these people? People began to know who they are and respect them as the authority within their industry. And that's powerful to me.
What are some of the tough things that you had to endure?
There are countless times, and I mean countless, in the last 2 years that I have gone in my car and just said, the hell with it. When you get in front of a camera or you get in front of a team or you get to one of these conferences and everyone is, hey man, how you doing? Man, rock and roll and all this stuff. There are far more times where I have, put my head against a steering wheel and just said, what are you doing right now? How did you let this happen? And I say that, there are a lot of people think, am I the only one that does this? And you're not. There are just so many problems and fires to put out that just getting through it some days to wake up the next morning and go, I'm going to tackle this again, it is important. That's a win, in my opinion. The person who gets up and does it again and doesn't give up.
When someone comes up to you and say, hey, I'm considering getting into roofing, what do you tell them?
Might want to reconsider. No, I tell them this is a man's game. These guys don't play around. You want to make it in this industry, you better be ready to play with the big boys. You want to get up here because you're a salesman and you think that you sold a few roofs and you can make it, good luck, bro. You ready for someone to walk off your job and you don't have another crew and it's sitting up there and you don't know what to do? Can you build that roof? And so I really tell people, not for the faint of heart. Be real with yourself. If you're not that individual, don't step into the arena.